Hi everybody, Cynthia here from the Scrappy Bookworm. I just want to share with you really quick. I started fooling around with some of these papers that I have. I've had this in my stash for a while, and honestly I've been hoarding it, and I don't know why, because that's ridiculous to hoard things, right? So I thought I'm going to start using this stuff. But it's the Tim Holtz Ideology paper. And let me adjust my camera so you can see some of the different patterns of paper that were in this pack. So I was like, why am I saving this paper? I'm just gonna sit and try and play around with the papers and see what I could do. So these are some of the papers that I used. I used some of the bottle cap paper. I used some of the license plate paper, which I love that. I think that's really cool. Some measuring tape papers. And then this paper here had like in this corner here, it had little clock charm papers. They kind of look like this, but they were smaller clocks. So I used some of that, and I just kind of played around, and I made some of those clips again with the license plate and bottle cap paper. And I covered them on the medium size clip, which if you want to know the measurements of this clip, because I've had that question before, they measure almost 2 inches long. Almost, not quite. So these are I covered them with the papers, and then I used some distress inks on them. I used black soot and vintage photo, and then I just glossy accented them. But I'm going to start using some of these in some of my more vintage scrapbooks and layouts. So I did those, and then I had these silver clips, you know, that we all use in our scrapbooks. I decided to cover them with paper, which, let me tell you, it was not easy to do because these are mini, like really mini clips. But I cut the papers out to measure it around the metal clip. And I glued it on with glossy accents because it's metal. And then I covered it and sealed it up with Mod Podge. And I used the acid-free paper Mod Podge. So I just used like measuring tape, and I just didn't like that they were plain silver clips, and I really didn't feel like alcohol inking them. I wanted to do something different, so I just covered them with papers. So I did that to those clips, and then I had the, I forget what these are called. It's slipping my mind, but they are the, you know, acrylic, you guys know what these are. I know you do, but I can't come up with the names. These are from Tim Holtz too. So I played around with these, and I cut out some, like I'll show you, these are some of my scraps, but I cut out like bingo cards from the paper, and then I glued them onto here, okay, this plastic piece. And then what I did was I turned it around, and I dabbed alcohol ink all over so it would seep through. As you guys can see, it seeped through the front, okay, on all of them. And then on the back, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but on the back you can see the alcohol inks, and then I put glue on the top and heated it up so it would get like a distressed look to it, and then I inked it with vintage photo and black soot. So that's how that one turned out, and I hope the camera can pick it up. And that's how this one turned out. And this is just the back of the paper, but I wanted to give it like a little bit of a different textured look to it. So that's what I did with that one. And this one. And then I glossy accented it to seal it, you know. So I don't know if the camera will pick up the different textures and stuff in there, but it looks kind of cool. Something different, you know, I like to play around and see what I could come up with. So I did those, and I did a bunch of those actually. Like, here's the rest of them. These are the fronts. Measuring tape, license plate, another license plate. And you could see the alcohol inks through the plastic piece. This one was actually a bottom of a ticket. So they make cute charms, I think, for you know, our mini albums. And then these are all the backs. And they have the alcohol ink look, the textured look, and then I just really played around and glossy accented them. So those are all ready. And then I was playing around with my bottle caps, and I had purchased some more of these, you know, those hanger clips from Holtz. So I actually hung my bottle cap from one of the hangers. I hung some lace there. Okay. And then I punched out with my 1-inch EK Success punch one of the clocks. And then I took a brad and punched it through so that the arms of the brad were coming out front, and bent them for the clock hands. And then I glued it in there, sealed it down so there would be no bubbles with the glossy accents, and then I glossy accented on top of it. So you can see that one. And then from it I hung one of the clock arms, one of those Holtz baubles I got in the collection, little one here, one of the clips that I covered with the paper, one of these, and this one I covered with a bingo card, and then it looks like that. And then from that I hung a gear. So that's how that one turned out. And I didn't do anything to the back yet because I'm not really sure what I want to do. I only made 3 of these. One I already sent off in a package, but that's the first one. And I just set it to 7 o'clock. I don't know why. And then I thought about it when I did the next one, and I made the arms go to 5 o'clock because it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. And pretty much did the same thing. Hung the clock arm and the bauble and another bingo clip and another gear. So those are the 2 clock charms that I did, and then that back's just silver and plain. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything. I was going to play with the gesso, and I didn't get any further because I had left for the weekend, but I kind of like them the way they are. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I add anything else to them when I put them in my scrapbook albums and stuff. But I'm still playing around. I have these mini bottle caps to play with, and more gears and baubles. So I'll see what else I can come up with. I actually want to add. I'm thinking of hanging, you know, something else along with these. I wish I could remember the name, and I know as soon as somebody watches this, they're going to say, oh, those are the blah, 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 and I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, that's right. But I can't think of the name right now. So that's what I was up to before I went away, and I still want to, like, alcohol ink the rest of the clips or distress it somehow, but I think they look really neat with the bottle cap paper and the license plate paper. It kind of turned out pretty cool. I'm liking it a lot. That one was a measuring tape one. But I was going to drill a hole and hang charms from these, and I thought, I'm just going to let them, as is. I like them just covered with paper for now. We'll see. I might do something else. But thanks for watching. I just wanted to show you guys what I was up to, and I'll be back with another video soon. Have a great day, and take care.